Hello, everybody, and welcome to race number 13 of the 2023 Samsung Offline Racing League. We are here at the Michigan International Speedway this afternoon, or this morning, this evening, wherever you are around the world. This one is going to be interesting. It's going to be entertaining. Looking forward to this one. It's going to be 50 laps again. It's going to be 100 miles again. One pit stop in this race. This is one of those races where I doubt we'll see guys go to the end if it's a green race the whole way through. But it is possible. We saw it at Auto Club earlier in the year. So, never know. Crazy things might happen. But one pit stop, probably. We might see two if there's a caution, potentially, or multiple cautions. It's a 2-mile racetrack. It just depends on when the cautions are. 2-mile racetrack, so of course 50 laps, 100 miles. And we're getting down to the pointy end of the season, or we're getting closer and closer. We've got 8 races to go, including this one today. And this is how the point standings look. Brandon Beal, number 37, leads the championship for Ryan Durrani Incorporated, the winner at Watkins Glen. He leads by 14 points over Nicholas Samadillo in the number 97. Now, Brandon Beal starts from the 9th position. You can see him there on the 5th row in the Gatorade Ford. He's got a good starting spot. The Powerade Ford, I find that quite ironic. In Nicholas Samadillo, he starts 37th this afternoon, or this morning, whatever. So he has a long way to go in this one to move his way forward. Thomas Truxell's got even more work to do. He's 32 points behind in the championship, but 3rd in the standings. But he starts from 42nd, dead plumb last. He's got a lot of work to do in the 27. Henrik Ward, the Texas winner, is 47 points behind. He starts from 20th this afternoon. Alejandro Cruz is 5th in the championship. He's 57 points behind. He starts from 27th this afternoon. Paul-Antoine Sierre, Cruz's teammate, is 6th in the championship, 66 points behind, but he starts from 39th. So he's at the back of the field as well, pretty much. Braden Perez is actually the highest starting driver in the top 10 in points. He is 7th in the standings, 8th in the starting lineup this afternoon, the Hulu Toyota. And so he's 7th in the championship. Owen Miles, the Atlanta winner, is 73 points behind. Braden Perez, 72 points behind. Owen Miles, 73 points behind Brandon Beal. He's starting from 36th this afternoon. So here's a lot of work to do. Echo Evans-Ross, our last winner in the series, the winner at Indianapolis. She led 1 lap in that race. She starts from the 25th position this afternoon. She's got a little bit of work to do as well. But she's 9th in the championship, 7 points behind. Well, she's tied for 9th in the championship because Jerry Chen, who finished 2nd at Indianapolis and led the most laps last week, along with James Stack, he's tied with Evans-Ross in the points, 75 points behind. And Jerry Chen starts from 21st. So a lot of the cars up there in the points have a bit of work to do this afternoon, just like last week, really. But I'm sure certain races throughout the year showed that it doesn't really matter where you start. Jake Rogers, for crying out loud, he won a race from 38th on the grid, and that was at South Boston. So it's certainly not impossible to you come from anywhere, really. And particularly here at a track like Michigan, it's very, you see it can get a bit chaotic. We see a bit of 3 wide. We see 4 wide at times as well. Dare I say it, we could go 5 wide if they really wanted to, but that'd be pushing it. It's not like Auto Club in that regard, but we'll see what happens in this race. Looking forward to a 13th race of the year. 86 points maximum up for grabs this afternoon. Max Davis is on the pole in the number 6, the winner at Oregon earlier in the year. He's on the pole in the number 6, and joining him on the front row of the grid is Semet Ozkin in the 74. That's an interesting front row of the grid. Row 2, we got a couple of teammates, a Team Velocista BMW, Zachary Fitzwater in the 24, and the number 29 of Talladega winner, Brad Stover. Row 3, Nicholas Slaughter, teammate to Max Davis, so 2 of the Seminole cars in the top 5. Fisher G in the number 28 will start from the 6th position. Noon Agbar has had a good turnaround. He's tied for. It was actually tied for. There's a 4-way tie for 12th in the points. He's a part of that. 86 points behind. So he can't outright take the championship lead, but he could tie if Brandon Beal finishes last and he wins and leads the most laps. But he starts 7th, and Brandon Perez, in the number 92 mentioned before, starts from 8th. Brandon Beal, as I mentioned before, points leader. He starts from the 9th position, and Kansas winner John Stewart rounds out the top 10. We'll get this one underway here at Michigan. 50 laps, as I said. 2 miles long in the racetrack, so it is a very... It's not the longest racetrack on the schedule, of course. We went to one that was longer last week in Indianapolis, and of course we go to a couple of road courses that are a bit longer. But this race is going to be one that is going to be interesting. We've raced with a couple of different Michigans throughout the Cup racing on the channel, and last time we were here was the Cup Series in 2021? I'm pretty sure. And the winner of that race is in the field. I've just got... Where is he? Where is Jake Rogers? I didn't even jot him down. Oh, there he is. I see him on the outside. He starts from 18th this afternoon, the number 9. So he knows how to get it done here. And of course, won at South Boston earlier in the year. So we haven't had a repeat winner this year. We got one on the pole. We've got a previous winner on the pole. And of course, we got Rogers, as I mentioned, who's won here before. Stover's up towards the front of the field as well. Brandon Beal's in the top 10. John Stewart's in the top 10. So we've got a bunch of chances to do that today. We had 12 different winners in 12 races. And this one, about to get this one underway. It should be quite enjoyable. Looking forward to it. And here we go. The pace car will pull on a pit road this time. Max Davis and Samet Oskin on the front row of the grid. Going to lead the field to the green. Green flag's out. We are underway here in Michigan. Good jump for Max Davis. He clears for the lead on the back straightaway. Zachary Fitzwater up, trying to get up to 2nd. And a big push from Noon Akbar to the back bumper of the 20. Nicholas Slaughter trying to join his teammate up at the front of the field. And as you can see, Fitzwater sliding up the racetrack. They do tend to do that at Michigan. And Fitzwater started from 3rd and he's dropping back already. And Max Davis leads the first lap of action. Roberto Crown Jr. made it 3 wide. They were one of the first to go 3 wide. But they've had a good run in recent times as well, along with Akbar. Those two cars have been quite fast, and now Crown on the inside of Akbar and Stover. Lots of 3 wide throughout the field, you can see. There you go. That's a good shot. Into turn 3, you see a lot of 3 wide. You can see the guys sliding up the racetrack. Cars sliding up the racetrack. Roberto Crown Jr. trying to get up into 2nd. Oskin trying to clear 2nd, and he will. And now he can go after, set sail here and go after Max Davis in the number 6. Noah Clifton. I mentioned Rogers before as a guy who did win Michigan. In fact, Rogers has won Michigan multiple times. But Noah Clifton, driving the car that Max Davis now drives. Well, same team anyway, and same number. Clifton finished 4th in that race, so he's one to look out for as well, as he's up to 2nd and now making the move forward. How about Sebastian Palmer here in the 15 on the move? How about Jerry Chen in the 36? How fast was he last week at Indianapolis? Extremely fast. Led the most laps. As they are nearly 5 wide on the front straightaway. Roberto Crown Jr. pulls back in the outside of the top lane. They're very close. Brandon Beal, Dominic Anthony getting a bit close for comfort. Of course, they battled out at Watkins Glen. Well, it didn't really battle, to be honest. There were a couple of fortunate things for both of them to happen. But Beal won, and Dominic Anthony threw that race away. They're side by side in the middle. And now Clifton to the inside. And Max Davis here for the lead on lap 4. Coming to lap... We're going to start the 5th lap here. Davis will hold it for the time being. The outside lane can actually work better at times. In fact, I'd say it works better more often. But the inside lane can work as well, as they are getting very close back in there. That's the 39 and the 37 again. Anthony and Beal. Anthony's had a good run in recent times as well. He's up to 11th in the standings. And number 39 starting to get into a bit of form, moving his way forward on the inside lane. Rogers up here in the 9 as well. Here comes Clifton again. back to the inside of the 6. And so Noah Clifton leads lap number 5. Inside lane can work, but the outside lane actually works more often. Oh, Clifton sliding up the racetrack a little bit. Trying to hold it on the kind of like the middle of the racetrack there. Davis got the run on the high side, and now Clifton under pressure here because here comes Samed Oskin to the outside for second. Palmer's going to drop to the middle underneath the Nicolas Schlorter. And Palmer gets around the 20. Got the 39 on the charge. Ricardo Garcia's on the come up in the 33. You got Chan back in there in the 36. As I said, Chan tied for 10th in the tied for 9th in the championship rather coming into this race. He's been a good run in recent times. All the Gifford cars really have at some point throughout the year, and all doing decently except for Logan Williams. He's still mired in the points. But Davis done a good job. Held onto the lead after that challenge from the 25. After the 25 did lead that lap, and now Oskin back here on the inside in the Bitnile Honda. So Matt Oskin comes into this race second to last in the points. It has been... He got off to a good start. He got a couple top 10s, and then since then it's all gone horribly, horribly wrong. And that could be said about the whole team, really, down there at Danger Zone Autosport. It has not been a fun experience for those guys. Oh, contacted in the wall! Braden Perez, and there's Rogers. Contact, more contact, more contact! There they go! Around goes Caleb Rose, Brad Stover, Eli Bright, Rogers, Kelly Lee, Fitzwater's involved. They're spinning on the back, and oh, Stack and Crampton. I saw Troxel get damaged. James Jefferson got damage. Oh boy. Anyone else? No, that's it. Well, that's a big crash. I'm not sure if you could classify it as a big one, but Braden Perez there in the 92 with some damage. He was in the outside wall. He was the one first got to the wall center. Francis, he cannot catch a break. I saw Eli Bright get involved in the 12. 29 got a bit of damage as well. Man. And that started. I don't know what caused that with the 9 and the... There was definitely the 9 and the 30... 9 and the 92 that made contact into turn 2, I think, and went up the racetrack, and then it was just kind of on from there. So here we go. Mentioned earlier, we're going to have one pit stop. And now on lap 9, I'm almost certain this will be a one-stop race. So here we go, and I think everybody will come down. Led by Max Davis. Of course, he has the added benefit of the last pit stall, so that'll help. We'll follow him with the 6, obviously. But, man, a little bit of contact, I think, back there. I think Clifton maybe got into the back of the 39. Can get a bit dicey on pit road at times, of course. Here we go. So Davis taking tyres, and Samed Oskin's not. Gas and go. 74 wins the race off of pit road. Garcia looks like he went gas and go as well. Davis is taking 4 tyres. That's interesting. Schlorter, Logan Thomas, and Chase Harris. Top 5. Akbar got a bunch of cars. Davis took 4, so that's interesting. Bit of strategy early on here on lap 10. I just got an email from Xbox. Thank you, Xbox. Not sponsored. But 74 leads the race. Let's take a look what happened. It was Rogers and Braden Perez who were the first 2 to make contact. Let's try and figure this out. So Perez is on the outside. They're 4 wide. Akbar's on the bottom. I think Fisher G is actually on the inside. Fisher G and Chase Harris on the inside, but you know, G's at the left rear quarter panel. Harris is a bit more ahead. Rogers is just kind of sliding up. Perez is on the outside. He doesn't want to really... Yeah, he doesn't really want to move up too much higher. He ends up in the wall. Just a bit of contact there. And then Stover here in the 29, and they're 4 wide. Rogers trying to get back into it, and Rose is just kind of squeezed. It's just a racing incident, this one. You can't do much if you're the 32 or the 29, or Rogers. And Stover gets rear-ended by Fitzwater, the teammates who started on the second row. There's Eli Bright getting a piece of it. Owen Miles, Kelly Lee, Will Parrish in the 02. 24, Fitzwater getting turned around. Antoine Sierre may have got through that, which is impressive. There's Troxel. You see Troxel getting a piece of Rogers, and then Rose comes back down into James Stack and into Crampton and into the 54. I don't know, actually. To Jefferson, I don't know how much Jefferson got a piece of it there. Yeah, so it's not, it won't be too much, but it certainly will affect him. But Lee gets on around. Fitzwater just rear-ended his teammate. It's not been a good year for him. In fact, 3 at the Colossus Starcast, because Troxel got a piece of that as well. So it's not exactly ideal at this stage in the race for this to be going on. Only on lap 8 at the time. So we'll follow here with TV2, even though there's a stationary camera. There's Perez in the wall, and then there they go. There they go. It's just on. Oh, Samuel Francis hit the wall hard in the 21. Really hit it hard, and there's the end of it. I think Rose was just trying to control the car, and he came back down into Stack. Overall, I think that was inevitable. They were racing pretty hard with one another. And certainly some guys are bigger losers than others. And chances of winning are out the window. I think Samadeo, I think Antoine Sierre, I saw Gwar back in there as well. I think they all got through it. Evans Ross, I think, got through it as well. I don't know if Cologne may have gotten a piece of it. I'm not sure. But, it was interesting strategy at the front. Samet Oskin in the 74 takes the lead by not taking any tyres. Let's see, and the lights are out in the pace car. So we get back to racing here. So in terms of the strategy, I think the 74, 33, 20, 45, 47... Probably the 53 Cologne, if I had to guess. Fisher G. Thomas Troxel, I think all of those guys may have gone fuel only under the pit stop. And right now, that's the field. And then Dominic Anthony may have taken. He was third. He might have had a slow pit stop, or he took tires or something like that. Some guys may have taken 2. Some guys may have taken 4. But he's 10th at the moment in the 39. There's Max Davis in the 6. He definitely took tyres. We saw that. Keep an eye on him as he tries to move his way through the field. In terms of cars out of the race, Caleb Rose and Zachary Fitzwater. I think everybody else is still out there. Yep. James Stacky in 40th. So Fitzwater, once again, starting up in the top 3 and out of the race early on. That's exactly what happened at Auto Club. And Caleb Rose, since winning Canadian Tire, has not had a good finish at all. Like, not one good finish. So, that's unfortunate for those 2 guys. We still have 40 cars on the racetrack. We'll see how much the damage guys, how much the damage affects these guys. Maybe 70 did get damage. Maybe I just didn't see it. Because he's behind Brad Stover, who got packed by Fitzwater. Good restart for Samet Oskin. Ricardo Garcia left in the dust. Spun the tyres a little bit. Maybe Slaughter took tyre. I don't know. I think we'll be able to tell who took tyres and who didn't. Slaughter's on the inside here for second underneath of Garcia, and Logan Thomas right behind the 2 teammates. 2 teammates to Max Davis at Seminole Motors. Trying to move their way forward. And of course, you have Samet Oskin's teammate here in Chase Harris, Danger Zone Autosport, one of the teams that hasn't gone to victory lane so far this year. Haven't been too many that haven't. But they're on the move, and here comes Logan Thomas now in the 45. He got around his teammate pretty easily at the end. And now he's on the move. Trying to get to the lead here underneath the Samet Oskin. And looks like he will clear here in turn 2. And Logan Thomas takes the lead for Seminole Motors. And Slaughter here, I would assume, would like to try and join him up at the front, join his teammate up at the front of the field. And off into turn 3. See how they slide up the racetrack. You saw the 45 slide up the racetrack. You saw the 33 slide up the racetrack a little bit. They do tend to do that, and that's part of how the first accident came about with Rogers and Perez. With the guys sliding up the racetrack a little bit, it's just what they do. Anthony's moving his way forward. Antoine Sierre back there in the 69. Tell you what, Antoine Sierre, he's had a really good... He's had a very quiet year. He's finished in the top 20 nearly every race this year. Don't remember off the top of my head the only exception to that. I think it was Oregon, actually. I think Oregon was the only exception. But he's finished in the top 20 nearly every race this year. And that's how he's 6th in the points. He only has one top 10, I think, off the top of my head. They're going crazy. They're 3 wide. Logan Thomas is happy to see that all in the rear mirror. Because, geez, could end very badly here. As you see, Oscar trying to get to the outside of his teammate, Chase Harris. Harris trying to clear. Oh, that's very close. Very close there. I'm sure Derek Hamill will not appreciate the fact that his 2 cars are almost taking each other out. Jerry Chen on the move here in the 36. Of course, he may have taken tyres. Pretty sure Troxel didn't. He's sliding up the racetrack. The tyre wear... I'm not sure what the tyre wear's like, I must admit. May have an effect, it may not. I don't know. But, because they're not... Because Davis is not coming through the field like I thought he would have. So, I don't know if he's just struggling because he's stuck in traffic as Troxel again slides up the racetrack. But, yeah, I don't know. Potentially. Roberto Grant Jr.'s... They're moving their way back forward in the 52. Of course, they were up there earlier and they kind of fell back, but now they're moving back towards the front. You've got Chen there in the 36. Ooh, and right as I say, I put the curse on Roberto there. Apologies. Shuffled through the middle. This is at least 4 or 5 positions. You got Chen, you got Lamar on the inside moving his way forward. You got the 2 of Miles. He started way down the order, of course. As I mentioned, 36th the starting lineup. So, product of this kind of racing, you could actually see in the shot there that the field is relatively split. I'm not sure what the damage is like on the... I don't know if the 56 and 97 got involved. Certainly Perez hit the wall. I don't think he'll have too many issues in terms of damage. I think these guys might be fine as well. Francis hit the wall very hard. But he's keeping up with these guys a bit. Stover got a bit of damage. Jefferson, I think, should be alright. He didn't get too much from what I saw. So... certainly one to keep in mind. Actually, where are other lap cars? You've got 2 of the Amaris Nichols cars back in here. You've got Stack. They're a bit off the pace. Right now, they're 7 seconds off the lead, so that's not ideal. Catching them at some point throughout the race as long as it stays green. Logan Thomas and Nicolas Shorter, 1-2 for Seminole Motors at the moment. And with Davis showing a lot of speed early on, they're in a good position. You've got Antoine Sierre here trying to work the middle. Garrett Lamar trying to work the bottom, and Harris is trying to make it... Oh, he's going to go to the middle. Look at the run that Harris got of turn 4. That was impressive. To the inside now of the 20. Have to check up a little bit. Ooh, that was close. 69 of Antoine Sierre shuffled up the racetrack. Garrett Lamar here in the 31. He's cracked the top 5, and Anthony's trying to move his way forward. You've got Oren here on the inside with Davis and Logan Williams in the 7. Moving their way forward. Oh, and Oscar's getting shuffled back here, 3 wide. Fisher G through the middle. Trying to make that all happen. These 2 guys here, the Seminole Motors cars, I mean, they're doing a really good job. And you got Davis back in here as well, trying to claw his way back to the front. But they're doing a really, really nice job. I think that Schlorter now goes to 2nd. Or, sorry, trying to go for the lead, rather. He's up in 2nd at the moment. But trying to go to the lead of the race. I'll tell you what, Garrett Lamar here is up to 3rd. He's been on the charge since the restart. He may have taken tyres, perhaps. Or maybe not. Maybe he's just got a really fast race car. But the 31 got a good run through the turn. He's got a good run off of 4. Now he's going to challenge for 2nd. They've pulled away here, a bit more single file at the front of the field. You've got a bit of action back here with G and Oskin, and maybe 3 wide a little bit. But, oh, contact between Oskin and G. They slide up the racetrack a little bit. Oh, now they're in the wall. There goes Fisher G. Roberto Crown shoots off to the inside. And I can't believe that nobody hit the 28. Where's Crown? Where's the 52? Where is the 52? There's the 52. They got shot off to the inside. I'm sure that triggered a caution. Yes, it did. 2nd caution of the day. I can't believe nobody hit the 28 there. Oh my goodness. Oh, there he goes again. Same spot, turn 2. Except this time it was a bit later, and it was a fair bit later in turn 2. The 28 in the wall. Now, Lamar is not the leader. Of course, we had that issue last time in Indianapolis where the 23 and the 29 were holding the field up. Now, 45, I think 45 is going to pit. So we are going to have a second round of pit stops. So maybe they weren't safe on fuel. I don't know. Probably not by the looks of it. But Thomas is coming down. Lamar is going to stay out. Jared Oren is going to stay out. Looks like a lot of the field is going to stay out. Roberto Crown Jr. is coming down. Got a bit of damage to Matt Oskin. That's a shame for Oskin. He looked good early on in this race as well. Harris, Antoine Sierre, Slaughter all pitting as well as Thomas. Who else is coming down? There's Oskin. Be a few others. Either way, point is, Garrett Lamar's now the leader in the 31. I'd assume that all these guys took tyres on the last caution. That may be why these guys are pitting. Yeah, you got Lewis, you got Truxell, Miles, you got Watson back in there. There's Antoine here. So I'm assuming all these guys, maybe Fisher G, I think probably actually may have taken to. He might not have, but he has damage now, and it's not a good result. And the 20 actually lost a couple of positions on pit road there. That's not ideal. That was a bit more of a minor crash than the first one. Let's take a look at what happened to Fisher G. Because he was battling here with Oskin. And this was interesting because it's not... They're not going... like even 3 wide into the turn. So Fisher G, if he really wanted to, he could have come down the racetrack a little bit. He just slides up. Oskin's trying to maximize his racing line. Try and get as much speed as he can. And they make contact. And at some point, they probably should have backed out of this. Oskin goes to the wall. 28 gets turned. Gwar was the one that got into Crown. And the 28 goes spinning off the 74, I think. And how did nobody hit the 28? I don't know. And he kept it going, too. It was impressive. And then saw the 52. So 52 got shut down the racetrack, but actually, nice job recovering it. Gwar was the one that turned the 52, but the 52, I think, got actually into the 28. We are not going back to TV2 after that last replay. I didn't like that. That's not helpful either. So we'll just do TV1 again. TV1, whatever. We'll follow here with Crown. See, they make contact already. There he goes, yeah. He got into the 28, they got into the 28, and then Gwar got into the 52 and turned them to the inside. It was a good save by Crown, actually, to keep it going and not crash the 52 car in front of the field. Because sometimes they can do that, certain other racetracks, although it does help that they have a bit of... they don't have grass down on the inside, so that helps. A lot more grip. So that was a lot more minor than the first one. That first crash, it was... I don't know if you could call it the big one, but it was pretty close. Garrett Lamar in the 31's the race leader. He did not come down under under this caution, so he is the race leader. And we got the lights out. So all of these guys up here at the front, you'd think probably took at least 2, maybe 4 tyres on the last round on the first caution. So Lamar's the leader. Jared Oren's up to 2nd. Dominic Anthony, Max Davis. How about Alejandro Cruz up to 5th in the 46? He comes into this race 5th in the championship in the Monkey Racing Honda. And right now running in 5th. Nice job by him. Nice job by Logan Williams up to 6th. 7th is Kyle McLeese, teammate Alejandro Cruz. He's been doing alright in recent times too. Henry Gwar, Echo Evans Ross. Good runs for both of those 2 as well. And then Ricardo Garcia, the top 10. And it turns the cars out. It looks like we've just got the same amount of cars out. So just Fitzwater and just Rose. And Oskin and G are now at the back of the field. So that's unfortunate for them. But still got a long way to go in this one. We've just crossed over the halfway mark. But see if they could go on a long, clean green flag run. I doubt it. I doubt it. But it is entirely possible, so we'll see what happens here. But Garrett Lamar now leading the race. He did a very nice job on that last run. He moved his way forward. I was thinking Davis would, but it was coming at the end. But Lamar just kind of like moved his way to the front. So did Oren. I mean, those two guys did a really nice job. They went up front early on. Anthony was and Davis was, but these two guys weren't. So they did a good job in the last stint. And it's a good restart for the 31 of Lamar. A little bit of gap between him and Oren, but Oren didn't spin the tyres like Ricardo Garcia did under the last restart. And now here comes Alejandro Cruz to the inside for 4th place. Wouldn't he? He would love to get a race win. He hasn't had a top 5 all year. His best finish is 6th. He's got that on 4 separate occasions. Right now he's running in 5th and certainly, you know, in contention for the win. He's got his teammate trying to go to the inside of Logan Williams. That's Kyle McLeese. You got Evans Ross back in here, the 62. I mean, she won last week. How about Brandon Beal? Points leader. Right now, just outside the top 10. But we know how good he is. And I wouldn't be surprised to see him up here. We've got Chen back here. John Stewart in the 22. But a relatively clean restart. Well, in fact, a very clean restart. No issues. Single file throughout a lot of the field. Top 3 have broken away a little bit from Davis, who's had to hold off Alejandro Cruz. And now Anthony here in the 39. I'm trying to go to the inside of Oren. Oren, though, is going to go to the inside because the 31 slid up the racetrack. I don't know if he's got a good enough run to hold it on the inside, and he's not going to lead the lap, but he could hold on to turn 1. Let's see here, Lamar with a good run into turn 1 on that outside lane. He does well. He holds on to the position. Oren will slot back into 2nd ahead of Anthony, and this battle continues here between Cruz, Max Davis. You got Logan Williams just kind of peeking. He's not really sure where to go, whether to push the 46 or go to the outside. He's going to go to the outside, and now he's got trouble in the form of Cruz's teammate, Kyle McLeese, who slid up the racetrack, lost a spot. Echo Evans Ross got a very good run, and now Evans Ross up into 7th. She kind of held back in at Indianapolis in the sense that, you know, she was top 5, but did look like at one stage she was going to lose the pack as there's a bit of contact between Guar and Garcia. But no issues there. It was relatively side on until she was top 5 and kind of looked like might actually fall back for a while, and then moved her way forward late in the race. Keep an eye on the 62, looking for back-to-back wins. Cruz has got around Max Davis. He's up to 4th, trying to find a way around Dominic Anthony next and get up to 3rd, but nothing doing. Saw Braden Perez back in there in the 92. He's having a good run after the contact with the wall. You can see the scrape on the right side of the Hulu Toyota. Trying to make something happen. And how about Will Parrish here in the 02? He was involved in that first accident. He's up here. Right now, he is just outside the top 10. He's in 13th. And out to the inside, trying to split the middle. Ooh, that's very close. With teammate John Stewart and Ricardo Garcia. It's all going on. We missed the pass for 2nd, but Anthony has got around Jared Oren. Now it's a Honda battle between Oren and Alejandro Cruz. Davis in behind in the 6, trying to push the 72. And Cruz got no help. Kind of in that inside middle. And he's going to lose a position to Davis. As he's now back up into 4th place. But it's been a lot cleaner since the compared to the last restart, in the sense that there's been a lot less going on. Oh, and right on cue. Right on cue, Evans Ross nearly took out the 46. That was close. The left rear is not where you want to be making contact with someone. Or the right rear, for that matter. Don't want to be touching the rear of the car. Another car, because it will not end well half the time. Well, most of the time. Anthony trying to get to the inside of Lamar, who's doing a good job here, the 31. He's holding on to the lead. Obviously, the 72 was attacking before. The 39 put in an attack, but nothing doing for the time being. Top 5 single file, although Davis sliding up the racetrack. Here comes Alejandro Cruz. Couldn't stick it on the left rear corner, and here comes Anthony with a good run off of turn 4. And Anthony leads it at the stripe. Can he clear this 31? That's the question. Into turn 1. Trying to hold it through the middle. Well, it's got help on that outside. Jared Oren's going to go and push the 39 down the back, or maybe look to the inside. He's picking out a little bit. Oh, here comes the 72 now to the inside. Is he there? Yes, he is. Oh, Lamar had to check up. So did the 39. They keep it together. And Jared Oren, 2 for 1 to the lead in the 72. Set that up beautifully into turns 3 and 4. And he's got Anthony. Can Anthony clear this 31? Yes, he can. And he's gonna end up remaining at second after all that. Davis tried to get to the inside of the 31. He's gonna lose out. Echo Evans Ross is up to 4th. Hello. Keep an eye on the 62. And now the 6 is going to clear Alejandro Cruz, who was trying to get around the 6 once again. Lamar's going to switch over to the bottom. Got a good runner for turn 4. He's going to go to the inside of Anthony here for second. We've got 15 laps to go here. Oh, it's close. Too close. Bit of contact there between the 31 and the 39. Now Evans Ross is going to push the 39 down the back. All this is helping Jared Oren. Lamar's on the inside. Can he get this 39? Can he clear off of turn 4? He will not. But he got a good run through there. Anthony not quite as good. Even though he had the help from Evans Ross down the back. 31 looks pretty quick here. Ooh, they're sliding up again. Lamar clears for second. Anthony back to third. Davis needs to clear the 46 here. But he can't quite. Now the 46 is on the outside. Good racing here. Keeping each other together. We haven't seen as much 3 wide, 4 wide since the on this run since the last caution. Here comes the 31 down to the inside. I think he got him at the line. Yes, he did. Lamar back to the lead. The 72's got that outside. He's got Anthony peaking as well in the 39. He thought about going through the middle. Decided against it. Probably for the best. Good run off the turn. Off the turn 2 for Oren. Can he clear the 31 into turn 3? No, he cannot. 31's not going to give up just yet. Side by side again off of turn 4. And this time Oren's going to clear. He's not going to. He might clear. Potentially could clear. He will not clear into turn 1. Lamar is still there. Oh, Oren had to check up a little bit. He's losing grip there on that outside. Now Anthony's going to push the 72 once again down the back straightaway. Davis has got around Evans Ross for 4th, so that battle rages on. And now Davis looking at the inside of the 39. Can't quite get there. Lamar it's just trying at the moment. He's got no help. The thing that's going for Jared Oren has got Dominic Anthony, who's willing to push on these front, or end up behind. Well, not so much push, but is like right behind him on the front. Oh, look at Lamar. He drove it in very hard. He really wants this lead. He really just wants to get around this 72. Drove it in very hard there, but couldn't quite do anything about it. Off into turn 3 once again. 31 again. Anthony's trying to get to the inside. Now Davis is going to try and benefit. Try and leapfrog them all. He's going to get around this 39, at least for the time being. Evans Ross switches to the bottom. And of course they've invited guys like Cruz and Logan Williams back in here as well to join the fight. Now the 31 is cleared. So it took him a long time, but Lamar's back to the lead and Davis follows suit straight up into second place. So Oren back to third, Anthony back to 4th, and now Cruz trying to get around Echo Evans Ross here. In the 62, we got less than 10 laps to go. Oh, and both of the leaders go up the racetrack. Now Anthony to the inside of Jared Oren. And how about the 22 of John Stewart 3 wide on the bottom? Bold move. Trying to make his way to the front of the field. Oh, and Oren tried to shut the door on Anthony. Anthony was there on that left rear. Keep it together. And Lamar's pulled out a bit of a gap on Davis, who's pulling a bit of a gap on the guys behind. How about Evans Ross? 3 wide at the bottom. The 62 is up to third. She will clear Anthony. Anthony trying to maximise the drive off the turn. Maybe try to get back to the inside, but Jared Oren had other ideas. They are going 4 wide behind. Will Parrish in the 0-2 is into the fight as well. You've got Gwar back in here. In fact, you have all 4 of the Gifford cars there or thereabouts, because you got 39 of Anthony. He's 4th. Logan Williams up in the top 10. You got Chen and Gwar also hovering just outside at the moment. All 4 of their cars having a really good, strong showing. Now Davis in the 6. The pole sitting car. Oh, he gets in the left rear. Oh, he gets turned. Oh my. He got turned by Evans Ross. Bit of contact. Davis got into Lamar, and then as Davis was trying to hold on to it, nearly got turned by Evans Ross. They're 4 wide behind them. With 7 to go. There's a bit of contact back there. Davis has taken the lead as Anthony's in the wall, and he's going to get shuffled back. Big time. Now is Troxel up here in the 27. How is the 97 up here? Where'd the 97 come from? Joseph Wright in the 99. What is going on? Where did those guys come from? How did the 6 save that and take the lead? I don't know. He got it to work. It was an interesting gambit. And it paid off. At least for now, because here comes Lamar back to the inside. So Lamar. Oh, there's a Kelly Lee, the 26. She might come into play here at the back end of this race. It's Lamar now to the inside of the 6. Can he clear Max Davis? Davis trying to fight back at the bottom. Oh, sorry, the outside rather. And now Evans Ross 3 wide on the bottom. Here we go. 3 wide for the lead with 5 laps to go this time. And Davis on the outside holds on for the time being. Lamar was so close to clearing the 6. Couldn't quite do it. And now Evans Ross is in the fight. And a bit of contact in the wall. In the wall. Gwar and Williams. The teammates of Gifford. And more contact. The other Gifford cars get into each other. Anthony and Chen get into each other. They keep it together for the time being. Here comes Lamar back to the inside of the 31. He's got the run off a turn 4. Now Will Parrish is in this fight as well. He's up into 3rd spot. Lamar at the line. He leads over Davis. Parrish now on the inside. And down. Parrish on the inside. They're going slow. Oh, we have a caution. Oh, we have a caution. What happened? Oh. Who is that? Logan Thomas and Sebastian Palmer. That's it. That's the race. Garrett Lamar has got past Davis, and as long as he can make it back, the 31 is going to win this race. Wow. How about that? That was good. That was good racing there between the 6 and the 31. They were going at it. Evans Ross was 3 wide on the inside, and she ends up 4th. Will Parrish up into 3rd. So the 31, Garrett Lamar, as long as he can make it back, he's going to win this race. See if we can try and get the, unless they've already gone, that'd be brilliant. If they've already gone, then I think they have. Whatever. Let's take a look at what happened here. The 15 and the 45. Yeah, they're already gone. So, already crashed. So, let's try and find what happened here. This is, well, this is what ends the race. Logan Thomas there on the inside. They're 3 wide. Cologne and Garcia on the outside. But Palmer's ahead at this point in time. Was it even, I don't know if it even happens here. Hold on, does it? Let's see. You see, so 71 and the 7, they crashed into each other. It's up here. It's turn 3 and 4. So, Oskin's 3 wide on the inside. Palmer's on the outside. Thomas is in the middle. Thomas tries to come up. Oh, he tries to clear. Yeah, he tries to clear. Oh, that's a big hit. Big hit. Chase Harris as well. Oh, wow. And Thomas is upside down in turn 4. Wow, that was a big hit for both those cars, and Harris got involved as well. I think Akbar had crap to get through. And the 45 tumbles on the front straightaway in the grass. And that's a shame for Thomas. He led a couple laps early on as well. Chase Harris also involved in the 47. But, he'll be able to finish. So that was nasty. That was a big hit. They really hit that wall very hard at turn 3. We'll follow with. We'll go here. We'll go on board. Won't go on board with the 45. We'll go with the 15. I don't normally go on board here, but it's only right. Oh, it was that secondary hit. That's what finished off the 15. There's the 45. So when the 47 got into the 15, and that was... 45 got out, sorry, 47 got into the 15 and shot the 15 back up into the 45. That's what turned it upside down. It's a big crash. That was a very hard hit. You saw Thomas, he was clear for like a split second, and then just wasn't quite. And that's it. That is what ends the race. It'll end under caution. I think this is the first time we've had a race end under caution all year. Everything's blurring together. I could be wrong about that. But Garrett Lamar here in the number 31. So that's the white flag. So Garrett Lamar, where is Garrett Lamar in the points? I gotta find him because he did start off the year all right, but yeah, he's 33rd. He's actually tied for 32nd. So Garrett Lamar, another driver who's way down in the points, is gonna win here in the series. It was a good result for Lamar, and he deserved it. He did deserve it. He was the fastest car. He moved his way forward. He was the fastest car. He held the lead for a long time. Great battles there with guys like Jared Oren and Matt Davis. Evans Ross was up there. And the 31. The Crisis Racing Team won the first race of the year with James Stack at Daytona. And haven't had a lot go right since. But this is going to be a nice result. As long as he can make it back, of course. That's all he's got to do. Max Davis second. Nicely. I know it wasn't a win for Max Davis, but he was fast and almost had it. And another good result for him after such a disappointing stretch. But he finished 5th last week as well. Will Parrish. Yeah, 3 of the guys that finished in the top 5 last time out at Indianapolis. They're in the top 5. Will Parrish 3rd again. Didn't finish in the top 10 in the first 10 races. Not once. And he's finished in the top 10 last 3 races. And top 5 in the last 2. The 3rd in the last 2. Evans Ross 4th. Good result to back up Indianapolis. And Kansas winner John Stewart with a nice 5th place. Garrett Lamar's going to make it with no issues. And checker flags in the air. And Garrett Lamar wins at Michigan. His first win of the year. And Crisis Racing Team's 2nd win of the year. As I said before, the first one dating back to Daytona. It was a thoroughly deserved win for Garrett Lamar. As he led a lot of laps. I think he led the most laps in this one. He looked like he had the fastest car throughout, and he gets the result that he probably deserved. So congratulations to him. As I said, got through the top 5. Good result for John Stewart. As I said, 5th place in the 22. Alejandro Cruz. I can't believe it. Alejandro Cruz 6th again. That is the 5th time that has happened to Alejandro Cruz this year. That's not even a joke. That's the 5th, 6th place finish for Alejandro Cruz. That is amazing. Jared Oren looked like he'd be up there for the win, but he ends up dropping to 7th in the end. Still a good day for him. Nicholas Samadeo finished 8th. How the hell did that happen? How the hell did that happen? I didn't even see him. Like all day. And he finished 8th. Good result for him. Kyle McLeese 9th. Good result for him as well. He's been doing better in recent times. That's good. And Thomas Troxel. How did Troxel finish 10th? He was involved in the first crash. And he pitted on the last caution, I think. And he finishes 10th. You know what? Will Parrish was involved in the first crash too. And he finished 3rd. That's a really nice drives throughout the field. None more so than Garrett Lamar. He deserved that one. Great performance. Beyond that, Braden Perez finished 11th. Even though he hit the wall, that was a pretty good achievement. And Lamar with one of the earlier pit stalls. Where did he start? Whatever. I don't know. But yeah, he gets the win. Clifton. Anthony dropped back to 13th. He was up in the top 5 for so much of the day, and he finishes 13th. Chen 15th. All the Gifford cars got into each other in like a 5-second time period. And they finished 13th, 15th, 16th, and I don't even know where Logan Williams ended up. Brandon Beal finished 18th. So Beal 18th, Sam Adio 8th. So I think, let me do this. So 8th is 48 points. 18th is 26. So Nicholas Samadio will lead the championship after this race. So there you go. Number 97 to the top of the board. And for a team that hasn't won a race, we've only had 3 teams that haven't won a race this year, and one of them now leads the championship. So, yeah, that works out well for Samadio. 8th place, good run for him. Logan Williams ended up 21st. Look down there, nothing really of note through those guys. And then, of course, yeah, 4 cars out of the race, 45, 15, 24, 32. So 3 cautions, and then 4 guys failed to finish. So decent showing that one, but that was fun. Michigan's always fun. So yeah, that's it for us. Next week we have off. We are not racing next week. We'll be back for Minnesota. Someone play the Joe Biden meme because I think that's appropriate right now. But Minnesota, July 6th. Here on the channel, of course, we'll be live for that one. That's a race. I've never been to that. I've never done that race, like that racetrack ever in any racing, not even test racing. But from what I've seen, it is quite good. So you guys will enjoy it. I'm certain of that. Anyways, yeah, no racing next week. Congratulations to Garrett Lamar and Crisis Racing Team on the win. And we'll see everyone July 6th. Well, it's July 6th? Yeah, no, it's July 7th for me. But July 6th for you guys. Yeah, see you guys then. Cheers.